Welcome back to the Lazy A-Hole Ranch, everyone. Since we have some new subscribers, I thought we'd take a moment to talk about the costs associated with putting together an arched cabin house kit. I will periodically update this on my blog as well, which you can find on our website, lazyaholeranch.com. First, let me explain our financial considerations in going the DIY route for building our house. Hi, Mimi. Because like it or not, almost every choice that we have made on this build so far has been financially motivated. Because of supply chain issues and because lumber prices have fluctuated so wildly on this journey, we decided 2 years ago that we needed to abandon our budget and just kind of figure it out as we go. Lumber prices at big box stores are better than any lumber yard that I found in 2020. They will give you discounts if you buy in bulk. So saving up and buying all of your lumber at once for a portion of your build, it's highly recommended. We also saved a lot on material costs so far by using a lot of reclaimed lumber from the build next door. If you can get your hands on some reclaimed material from other people's projects, do it. Yes, there's a lot of junk to sort through, but there is so much value in some of these piles left over from other people's jobs. Labor costs, in our experience, tend to be 2 to 3 times the cost of materials. And on top of the labor cost, there is a 10 to 25% general contractor fee added to the final bill that goes right to the general contractor. So for us, the savings on labor and the contractor alone were well worth the hassle to go the DIY route. Let's talk money, shall we? Starting first with the arched cabin house kit, we paid a total of $13,032.50 when we purchased the kit in 2017, and I'll break down those costs for you. We had one 20 by 32 arched cabin for $7,800. That includes the ridge beam, the side beam kind of things, attachment points, the ribs, the roofing material, and basic insulation. We chose a color upgrade of fern green, which was $600, an insulation upgrade of $660, though I think if I were to do it again, I'd skip the upgrade and go right to spray foam. The fireplace thimble at $200, and then very basic engineered drawings at $500. I do this probably differently as well, as I would have had them just do it on a basement in the original drawings and then give them our county requirements, or else I'd have the local architect just do the entire thing. But it is what it is now. Every county office is different on what they will require for you to pull a permit, so you'll want to go and talk to your local building department. Don't be intimidated because in our experience, they've been a great resource. The beams for the foundation were $760 for 3 beams that were about 38 feet each. And lastly, our delivery was $2.50 per mile. We paid $2,512.50 for delivery. guys, we're digging. Ah! And then it was on to our excavation. You could also save money here by renting equipment and doing it yourself. But we had decided to hire Bob the Builder for our excavation, and the total cost for our excavation, which included a driveway easement, some septic fixes from hitting the pipe in the driveway, and the 3 trenches, which actually turned into a pit after hitting some unyielding rock. That total was $14,062.70. Plus, an open hole inspection was required to make sure the soil was okay for the build. Our power drop was $3,026 for design, transformer, pole, and 54 feet of power cable. We saved money on our utilities because our well and septic were already in place and just needed to be plumbed into position for where everything will come into the house. But we didn't have to drill a well or install a septic tank in field. That saved us probably a good $50,000. We also didn't hire an electrician to install the meter box or to run the cable. Everything was inspected and approved by a local county inspector, and we saved thousands by taking on the task ourselves. With our utilities mostly figured out, it was time to move on to the actual house build. We purchased the materials needed for the post and pier foundation and ordered concrete from a local company to be delivered. Our total cost for the foundation came out to a little over $3,100 for materials and the concrete pour. For framing, we ordered all of our materials in October of 2020, at the beginning of all the supply chain issues and pricing increases. So we paid a little higher than average for many of our materials, but still a little less than a lot of the materials cost now. Our total framing cost so far, which includes every step from welding the beams all the way up through standing the kit up and welding the supports on, and also including the cost of tools and materials we purchased, from metal and lumber to fasteners and sawhorses. That total is $3,886. Our total cost so far on the build for materials, labor, and administrative fees is $43,586.21. We have almost everything on hand to finish up most or all of the framing for the outside and inside of the arched cabin, and most of what we need to make everything dried in. We still have 3 huge purchases to figure out with doors, windows, and spray foam insulation. But I may see what availability is like for the Habitat for Humanity Restore and other such places for the windows and doors. And I'll just start selling body parts for spray foam. But I think that's what we have to use to get a high enough R value to make the county and our propane bill happy. Actually, we do have One-Eye, the Ford 8N, for sale. It's a great old tractor, but one that would do much better on a flatter property at a lower elevation. Local pickup in Colorado for the tractor. Mike is also selling a 65-71-14 BD Power Super B Special Turbo that used to be on the truck, but it was a little overkill for the truck's purpose. Feel free to visit the website and send us a message if you're interested in either the turbo or the tractor. You can also buy handmade soap and lotion, which directly supports our various projects on the ranch for YouTube. Just imagine if you'd hired a crew and had to pay that 2 to 3 times the cost of your materials for labor, plus the additional 10 to 25% contractor fee, on top of what we've already paid for our materials and tools and stuff so far. You can learn to do this. I could barely handle the very few tools that I had when we started, and I still have a lot to learn, but the investment of my time is definitely worth the money that we have saved and will save on this build. I'll have these skills for as long as my brain will retain them. And we've been able to do this in small amounts as our paychecks will allow, making this project way more attainable. The takeaway is this: we live paycheck to paycheck, and the ability to purchase items as we need them has really helped make this entire thing possible. Building a house is a lot like eating an elephant. You have to do it one bite at a time. While we have had some large upfront costs, much of this build was done by making purchases of $100 here and maybe $200 to $300 there. Sometimes we've had to save up for things, and sometimes we've had to borrow money or trade labor to obtain things. But when there's a will, there's a way, and it's absolutely attainable. We are here and doing this because we never gave up. You can do this too. I know that you can. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your week. I love you so much. Bye! Oh, and if you've enjoyed this video, here's a couple others that I think you would really like. Here's a video of us putting the house kit up. And then here's another video of us starting on the framing of the arched cabin.
Nog en dat zal je stemmer. Ze later nog nou weer terwijl de los naar mij. En zie je nog verder verzacht roster. Terwijl die bestaan nog goed nummer 4 nog door en zie je nog vreeg met zorg bij de vriendin leren stemmen te terugwiel. Wat zal hij ook zeggen? Nou, we moeten niet echt zo. Maar er je veel zo te doen als niet meer.